Men are more easily swayed by aesthetic appeal. What a woman wears and how she carries herself are the most basic and effective methods of seduction for a man. Many of the earliest masters of seduction were simply excellent orators because women are so easily swayed by words. When I say that Benjamin Disraeli is smart, I don't mean that he is just one of the best seducers of all time. First, think about the fact that he was a dark-skinned Jew who rose to the highest office in England. Imagine the discrimination that person would face in that country. I don't understand how he managed to pull it off. It was due to his charisma and seductive nature. He had the ability to entice birds to fly out of their nests. He managed to woo the British monarch. He was a Jewish man of color, and she loved him with all her heart. Disraeli's secret to success was making the other person feel like a genius. Somebody who sat next to Gladstone, Disraeli's major opponent, and thought he was the brightest man in England, remarked as much. But after having supper with Disraeli, she began to believe that she was the smartest woman in all of England. Gladstone's combative nature made him unpopular, while Disraeli was considered far more superior. Easily win over any audience by making each individual feel like a unique gem and the center of attention. I have to admit that knowing how to play the distance game is essential in an organization like this one. This is the most ubiquitous facet of seduction, which you must have experienced frequently. Your strategy is to bombard the other person with messages, emails, texts, and so on, in the hopes that they will eventually give in to your constant presence, that you're going to smother them with love, and you don't know that you're scaring them and coming across as insecure. When you abruptly depart for 2 or 3 days, though, they begin to appreciate you. And this is, believe me, manipulation. The psychology involved causes people to start fantasizing about you, and they start thinking of you as someone who isn't just out there to please. Therefore, it's important to learn how to put some space between yourself and the individuals you're interacting with. One may call this a strategy. One of the most effective seduction methods is the use of triangles, which can be made to look like anything the target desires. What this implies is that there is that restaurant on the street in New York or Los Angeles that seems interesting but has only one table occupied. You start to wonder if perhaps it's not all that great. The next restaurant you walk past has, at most, 30 diners, but it's full. Inevitably, you hear laughter and the sound of clinking glasses, and you decide to check it out. The same holds true in interpersonal interactions. If you see a popular person who doesn't have many friends and seems lonely most of the time, you might be less interested in getting to know them. But if you see the same person at a party where all the men are talking to her and everyone who's popular is talking to her, you might be more drawn to her. Create the impression of being what other people want. It's hard for me to know what's going through your mind, but I can certainly feel what you're going through emotionally. In other words, we are able to sense them. Therefore, if I am receptive enough, I can pick up on the tone in your voice, the subtext of what you are saying, the passion behind it, and what you are intending. And once I do that, doors fly open to me from all directions. Once you've mastered entering the thoughts and hearts of others, you can enter their spirit. The actor Errol Flynn has been called one of the best male seducers who ever lived. I had to do some research to figure out where Errol Flynn got his strength. If you could name one key factor in your accomplishments, what would it be? There wasn't anything about his part that could be faulted. He took no defensive measures. Not an ounce of defensiveness could be seen in him. Because of his openness and lack of judgment, ladies often remark that after just 10 minutes in his company, they felt completely comfortable being themselves. Some even compared it to downing 4 martinis. The reason being that his calm demeanor would rub off on you. People are more than simply mental beings. We have a bodily side as well. We're not just our bodies and our feelings. Our bodies react to the other person's.